Finally, after a few years of development, it looks like this sci-fi classic is going to get a remake. And considering today's cultural and political climate, I think there are some people that can assume this is going to be a load of woke rubbish, but I'm very excited about the possibility. Welcome to SciTrek, your sci-fi TV and movie channel. Alien Nation, starring James Caan and Mandy Patinkin, was a movie in 1988 that, as far as I'm concerned, became an immediate classic.
Sykes, here's your new partner.
My true name is Stangya Sorens Sorenta. Well, Gesundheit.
It was obviously a sci-fi cult classic that then spawned a TV series starring Gary Graham and Eric Pierpoint. To be honest, actors that did the parts beautifully in their own right for a TV series that was just taken away from us after 22 episodes, even though it did then spawn a couple of TV movies, comics, novels, the works. Alien Nation is still a brilliant movie. It holds up today. If you can go and get a copy, I strongly suggest you do. The TV series was just as good. And a remake, reboot, reimagining, whatever, has been in development for quite some time. Jeff Nichols was supposed to write and direct. Back in 2018, he actually had a deal in place. He was going to have $100 million to spend on this. It would have been epic. But it fell through, something that he's since said was soul-destroying. Jeff Nichols is actually a guy that you might know from a recent movie called Midnight Special. A very Spielbergian type of movie to its feel. It really is an excellent sci-fi movie. This guy knows how to make this kind of film. For me, Alien Nation has to be dark, gritty, realistic. The whole tone of the movie is based around the fact that if this actually happened, how would people react? How would the aliens react? And I think Jeff Nichols really does get that. So, 2018, this was going to happen, but it didn't. But Jeff didn't give up. They were then reported this was going to be a 10-episode season for Disney Plus, because this is actually owned by Fox, and Disney Plus own Fox, obviously. But that also didn't happen, and to be honest, I don't think it's going to happen now, simply because Disney are now going to be very, very cautious about what they actually spend money on over the next 5 years. They owe quite a lot. They need to get their costs down. And my understanding, talking to people in the industry, is that the plan is for them to go back to basics over the next few years. So don't expect anything even remotely risky from Disney for a while. I say that, though, but Alien Nation doesn't actually have to be particularly risky. It doesn't really have to be an expensive sci-fi show. Comparatively, it wouldn't be much more expensive than any other sort of cop show, other than half the cast are going to be wearing sort of a headpiece that makes them look like an alien. Other than that, it's just a down-to-earth cop show. So compared to Star Trek and stuff, doesn't have to be that expensive. But Disney won't be going that way. My sources are telling me, though, that 20th Century Pictures are going to be given permission to push forwards with this as a TV movie straight to Hulu. Now think Prey, because that's basically the line they're going to be going with this. It's bringing back a big franchise, but they're going to do it in a very certain way. Very gritty, very realistic, very stripped back. There will not be loads of special effects. Alien Nation doesn't need it anyway. And it will be a sci-fi movie for adults. This will not be a kids' film, and it shouldn't be anyway. There's loads of drug use, etc. in it. And it will be very much, again, along the lines of the same budget, etc., as Prey. So we'll be talking around a budget of 50 million. For this type of project, that's actually a very healthy budget and would allow them to really do something, I think, quite exciting. But why do I think that it deserves a remake? Why do I think it should come back? Because, as I've said, the original movie and series actually do stand up. Well, a lot of the issues that the film is about inequality. And I would say in Europe and in America at the moment, inequality has become a real problem again. Racism, sexism, all of these things are massive issues. We struggle with them every day. The left is attacking the right and the right is attacking the left. And most of us that are stuck in the middle really don't know which side to go. Films like Alienation, and to be honest, sci-fi in general, when it's done well, tackles these issues properly. And Alienation, through, a very subtle, not so subtle, metaphor, really can help us to think about things like racism, inequality within gender, inequality within sexuality, etc., etc., in a very non-in-your-face, non-preachy kind of way. The Alienation movie and then the following series was very dark. It was done realistically, something that, again, I think this director and writer can do. It was done with real soul. It didn't have to tell you that this was wrong. It showed you. The movie points out, again, because we're looking at it through the eyes of this alien species, it shows us how ridiculous a lot of the rituals and a lot of the things that we on a daily basis do, and how idiotic it is for us to criticize everything that's different to us. Yes, when this film comes out on Hulu, a lot of people are going to shout woke at it. And to be honest, if Jeff Nichols allows any agenda to overtake what is actually a relatively simple and clever story, then yeah, it's going to be a load of rubbish. But at its core, the Alienation movie isn't about race. It isn't really about bigotry. It's about friendship. It's a cop buddy movie. It's an action movie. It's about standing up for what is right. Yes, it's about looking past differences. And yes, it's about looking for the good in people. And yes, okay, it's a strong metaphor for racism, bigotry, and how ridiculous that is. But if they get the core of this right, an action cop buddy movie, then this is a film I can't wait to see. But guys, get into the comments and tell me what you think. Is Alienation a movie that deserves the remake? Do we want a series as well? Do we really mind either way? I actually think this fits a movie really good. So I'd be really happy with it. But I'd love to know what you think. So get into the comments. Also, if you are new to the channel, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. It really helps us out and you'll never miss any of our new videos. Also, you can go to patreon.com/SciTrek, where most of our new videos premiere first, and you even get a free gift after 3 months. Don't forget as well, there is scitrek.co.uk, which is our dedicated website. And they have articles from most of our videos that really try to add a little bit more meat on the bones for you to digest. As always, please stay safe, and I'll catch you next time.